use the King James Bible? Because if you go to the New Translation and I read a version of the King James, you're going to see that this changed. Let me show you something. Go to Job chapter 30 and verse 30. Let me show you something about the original Bible.
Why not the Ethiopian Bible?
The Ethiopian Bible. Ethiopian. All right, give me that again. Give me that. Let me show you something. Let me show you why not the Ethiopian Bible.
That one is older.
That's not. The Ethiopian Bible is Ethiopian. King James, let's get to something. Let me show you something real quick. I'm going to show you something. Go to Ham. Ethiopians are what they call Hamites. After the flood, you had, how many people were saved in Noah's flood? After Noah's flood?
I don't know.
8 people.
8?
Okay. It was Noah and his 3 sons, which was Noah, Ham, Shem, Japheth. And then their wives. The races stem from Noah, from Ham, Shem, and Japheth. All right? So, Ethiopians are Hamites. Now, there's some Israelites in Ethiopia, it's just because we were scattered. But let me show you something. Get this. This is what?
The Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
So this would be the Hamites, all right? Progenitor meaning the father of the dark races, read.
Not the Negroes.
Not who?
Not the Negroes.
But who?
But the Egyptians. Ethiopians.
Who?
Ethiopians.
Ethiopians are what? Hamites. Read.
Libyans and Canaanites.
And Canaanites. All right, now go to Bible. Let me show you something about King James real quick, because you asked why we don't use the Ethiopian Bible. Read King James. Here's why we use the King James Bible.
47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups.
You hear this? This is how they did the Bible. King James did not write the Bible. The Bible already existed. He translated the Bible. All right? This is what we want you to understand. Read.
I'm going to read it again. King James Version. When Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I, who had been king of Scotland for 37 years.
All right, King James was king of Scotland, right?
As James VI. Several months after he ascended to the throne of England, he authorized a new translation of the Bible.
He did what?
He authorized a new translation of the Bible.
He only translated the Bible, all right, from one language to another. That's it. Why? Because the Lord knew we was going to be scattered throughout the 4 corners of the world. All right, that's why. Read. It was ordained by God. Read.
47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day.
Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day. These were Israelites. All right? Why did they say Greek?
Well, I mean, you said you were talking about the Dark Ages, bro. They came after all the Roman Empire.
Huh?
Dark Ages came after all the empires, the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
And then there was no documentation of advancement after that. Nothing happened during the Dark Ages, according to history.
That's because when they took power, here, look up. If you look up Russian icons, they start painting. Give me a picture of the. Hey, Officer Jonah, I need Russian icons. I want you to show me all the dark pictures and stuff. What happened during the Renaissance? So, what the rulers always, when they take power, what they do? They rewrite history. They think they do anyway. They think they do, but they don't. Guess what's our history? The Bible. We can tell you everything happened to us. I can tell you how the so-called Mexicans even came to the Americas. I can tell you where you were before you came to the Americas. You want to hear it? Because I can tell you. All right? Now, you want to get that now, though? Did we finish King James? Let's finish King James real quick, all right? And we're going to get that. I'm going to show you your history. You got a question? Oh, okay. Let me get this King James. We're going to finish this King James. All right? All right, he's looking at that, right? He's saying show her too. All right, let's finish King James.
47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups. 3 for the Old Testament, 2 for the New, and one for the Apocrypha. 2 of the groups met at Oxford, 2 at Cambridge, and 2 at Westminster. When a group had completed its task, its work was submitted to 12 men, 2 from each panel. Final differences of opinion were settled at a general meeting of each company. In cases of special difficulty, learned men outside the board of revisers were consulted. Marginal notes were used only to explain Hebrew and Greek words, to draw attention to parallel passages. Italics were used for words not found in the original, but necessary to complete the sense.
So he translated the Bible, Hebrew to Greek. That's it. And that's the King James Version, right? All right. Now, that's what King James did. Translated the Bible. All right. King James is the black man. All right. Now, I'm going to get your history. All right. Because you asked that. All right. Before we came to the Americas, all right, we were in Israel. We are the real Jews. All right, first of all, we are the real Israelites.
Right.
You an Israelite. Now, here's what happened. Let's read that.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40.
I want you to listen closely. What's your name? Christian. All right, Christian. Read.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
10 tribes. Check this out. See these people here? Down. All right. Which will be called the natives. All right. He said those are the 10 tribes. Read.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land. In the time of Hosea the king, who Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive.
Okay. The northern kingdom. All right. Why you went into captivity under who? The Assyrians? Salmanassar was the king of Assyria during this time. It's because of idol worshiping.
Right.
All right, you got to understand, King David was ruling. After King David, his son Solomon was ruling. All right?
Bring it up.
The Lord said he's going to take the kingdom from Solomon. Why? Because Solomon had what? Strange wives. Wives of other nations. You know we don't supposed to mess with people of other nations. All right? So Solomon ended up having a son by the name of Rehoboam. All right? That's when the kingdom split into the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Southern kingdom led by Rehoboam. Northern kingdom led by Jeroboam. What happened to the northern kingdom? They started worshiping idols. All right? They was worshiping idols. They went back into the time that we were in captivity under the ancient Egyptians. Right. They went back into worshiping idols. All right? Now, the Lord punished the northern kingdom for that. And here's what happened. We went to captivity under the Assyrians. Read.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, who Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land.
What land was that? The land of the Assyrians. All right, read.
But they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
This is after the captivity was up under the Assyrians, okay? After your captivity was up, all right, the northern kingdom took counsel among themselves. Who were leading the northern kingdom? Ephraim. All right? The tribe of Ephraim is the head of the northern kingdom. All right? Now, this is what happened.
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Because never mankind dwelt on this side of the land before the so-called natives came. What's your question?
So is that the timeline right there? 1500 to 1870?
No. This is the slave trade timeline.
Okay, I was about to say,
yeah. Okay, this happened around this was around 536 BC. It's around 536 BC when this happened. Check this out.
That they might dare keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
So when you went to the land, your mission was to go to the land that never mankind dwelt to do what? Read it again.
Verse 42, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
You're supposed to do what? Keep the commandments. Because why did you go into captivity under the Syrians? Idol worshiping. The same idols that we were worshiping in Egypt under Pharaoh. We went back to that. Now, after your captivity was up under the Assyrians, you were supposed to go to a land that never mankind dwelt to keep the commandments again.
All right.
Because that's why you ended up in Assyria, because we didn't keep the commandments. Now, what happened when you came to the Americas, the natives? You start calling yourself Incas, Mayans, what else? Aztecs, Boricuas, Tainos. And you start sacrificing your own selves to idol gods again. Start eating the hearts and stuff of your own damn people.
Hey, come on.
All right? Now I'm telling you the history. All right, we're going to get that. All right, let's keep reading.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
You entered through the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river down by the Red Sea. All right? You took this route all the way. All right? Now let's keep reading.
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go.
Now listen closely.
Namely, of a year and a half.
How long it took the Northern Kingdom to get to America? A year and a half. So that Bering Strait lie that you walked on ice is a damn lie. All right? Year and a half. So it had to be millions of people. All right? It took a year and a half because you were on boats and ships. You had to stop here or there to get rest and food. Had to keep traveling, stop here or there to get rest and food. It takes time if you think about this realistically. You had to probably stop here or there to get food or water. You know what I mean? All right? Now, keep reading.
And the same region is called Orsaret.
What does the Bible call this region? Read it again.
And the same region is called Orsaret.
What does the Bible call this region? Orsaret. Now, let's get some more. All right, check this out.
Jewish Encyclopedia.
Hey, Officer Jonah, get the Jewish Encyclopedia, and I want him to read along with me. All right? Jewish Encyclopedia. I want to show you something else. All right? This is how
Send your pictures. I sent it to
Columbus,
No, I sent it
all
to you
right,
weeks ago.
Hernan Cortez,
Just go to me.
Spaniards, and all of them knew we were here by going to the Bible. Like I read earlier, they conspired against us to make sure that what? The name of Israel no longer exists. And we went into captivity for breaking the Lord's commandments. You there? All right, read that with him. Let's go.
Jewish Encyclopedia, Orsaret. The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man.
So Orsaret is that land the Bible talks about, far away from where? The habitation of man, because never mankind dwelt over here. Mankind was over here. All right, let's read.
In which the 10 tribes of Israel,
Which were who?
in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell.
Will what?
Will dwell.
That's how the Northern Kingdom came over here on this side. 536 BC. Read.
Observing the laws of Moses.
What were we supposed to be doing? Observing the laws of Moses, keeping the commandments of God. Read.
Until the time of restoration.
Into the time of restoration, meaning what? The time Christ returns. Read.
According to 4th Ezra 13:45. Columbus.
Who?
Columbus.
Who?
Columbus identified America
He identified what we call what? America today
with this land.
with Orsaret.
That's right.
IUIC TV, where we are recreating the narrative for the black family. As the Bible says, where there's no vision, the people perish. The media have been vehicles that have conveyed destructive images of God's children, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Not only are we in the streets, but we are on the airwaves and networks, compelling our people to come back to their heritage. Tune in to IUIC TV.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is